All right, we are good to go.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone. How are you guys? Welcome to module number 4 on creating money. So welcome, everyone. And as you guys start to stream in, hello, hello, hello to everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Should we do quick introductions? Because some people are new.
Sure. You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Lynnette Brown. I am an intuitive success coach and a Hay House author, and have been doing this work professionally for over 20 years. And I am super excited about this course today and what we're going to be talking about money, because it's one of my things. It's one of my intuition and money. It's like my stuff. It's my juice. So I'm really excited about being here with you. And I'm really excited to be honored to be sharing with this beautiful woman here. That's really part of the excitement for me, is to connect with you guys and to teach this, but also to connect with Divi and to do this with her. It's a blast. So thanks for having me.
Thanks, Lynette. And hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Divi. It's so wonderful to see and sense new faces and new energy, and everyone who's here. It's awesome to see you guys. As you all know, some of you know, I'm a family doctor, and that was my start of my journey. And where I am now, I work as an intuitive coach, mind, body, spirit coach, and I help people using intuition, mind, body, spirit medicine, metaphysics, energy medicine, the universal laws to help people. And that's been a huge part of my journey. And I'm super stoked about this course that we're starting in January, and more excited about tonight. And I can tell you on a personal level, Lynnette has helped me to redefine my conversation around money, because like almost all of us who are on the call, I grew up in very much work hard for money conversation. And it takes a while. I'm never there 100%. That narrow pathway is always inspiring. But to really, y'all hear money is energy, but to really like cement that and to really hone it is such a beautiful gift. So I'm super excited about tonight. And I have, I've had some conversations with people about the actual course. So we're going to talk about that too. So you guys have a good idea about about that. And if you're new to the webinar format, you can type in questions on the chat box, and both of us will be keeping an eye on that. And I'll be fielding it more as Lynnette speaks. And yeah, it's going to be a fun night. So amazing. Welcome, everybody.
Hey, it's going to be a lot of fun. Tons of fun. Divi, were there any questions that came up? Because last week we started with questions. Were there any questions that came up?
There are more conversations I've had with people, not email questions, but just conversations. So the one big question people have been asking me is the actual content of the course and actually application, actual coaching. So I thought maybe we could just spend a few minutes on what people will get from the course, like the groups, the homework, like all that stuff, and
right.
How we're broken up into modules and how it all fits together.
Okay.
So
perfect. You wanna take?
I'll start, and then maybe you can jump in. So essentially, guys, and it's all on the screen that you're looking at. So if you scroll up or down or just listen, you'll hear me. So essentially, we've broken up into 6 modules, and each of the webinars are actually paralleling each module. Different time correlations to each, or amount of time we spend. But the 2 modules that I lead a lot of are the mind, body, spirit module and the energy module. Okay. And then the 3rd module is the intuition module, which we introduced last week. The 4th module is money module, which we're doing today, because if you're going to coach or really honestly do anything in life and have a funny relationship with money, then you know what happens. And then the next module is light body, which we're introducing next week. And then the last module is how to create a business, an advanced course on creating a business, which in my own experience, I've run lots of businesses, from doctor's offices to yoga studios to different things. Creating a spiritual business is really different than any course in business I've taken before. So it's spread over a year. And over the year, we meet on web, like on this telecast. The difference is that when we actually meet for the course, we'll be able to see your actual videos if you have your camera open. You don't have to have your camera on, but it helps if you want. And we'll be mute, like we can hear you as opposed to just typing in. We don't do that in this format because it's like, the public is going to see it. So if somebody that you may or may not want to see this sees you, so we do it this way. But on the actual call starting in January, that's how that works. And we meet 3 weeks of every month. So if the month is 4 weeks or 5 weeks, you get the last 1 or 2 weeks off. Do you want to add in?
Sure. We're going to have support. So what that's going to look like is there'll be, it's a coaching program, but also a transformational program. So if you're choosing not to take the coaching path to become a certified coach, that's perfect. No problems. But we're going to have feedback for you, like actual coaching sessions where you actually will get feedback from Divi and myself as to supporting you into, in the coaching process. We're going to set up pod groups, where you'll be meeting and connecting with people who are, in the course and who are going through, making friends. You'll make friends, but create a social structure for yourself to where after the course, after a year, you're going to still have support and you'll still have like-minded people who are, they're people that you meet in these kind of courses who become your friends for your entire life. Like one of the closest friends in my life is someone that I met while Hawaii in one of these transformational courses. So, that's the kind of, we'll set that up, and then they're going to be coaching buddies too. You'll be working with people, to practice not only your coaching strategies, but also your intuitive work. You're going to be coaching people on money, either, all relationships, whatever it is you feel, called to work on.
And even though tonight we're doing money, and then the actual year course, we have a certain number of weeks or months set out for money. We do money in the Mind, Body, Spirit module. We do money in the energy module. And so similarly with Mind, Body, Spirit, we do it in different modules. Intuition's done throughout. So don't think it's actually separated, because it's all actually leads into another. And you get a manual with it. So the 2-part manual, that is the 2 sections I teach, the MBS and the energy. My manual is almost 200 pages long, and you'll get that. And there's just information. You don't have to memorize it, but it's just very helpful to have that. And we teach from that, so you don't have to scribble notes and stuff like that.
Right.
So you're incredibly supported through it. And like Lynnette was talking about, the coaching, when you actually, if you can't find clients, we'll get clients for you to help you out and get you started. And each of us, the guys are asking me to speak about competition for a quick second, because you and I have, I'm just hearing this on the call right now in terms of that competition word. So do you mind speaking to that for a quick sec?
Sure. This is what's great about this work, because all this work is based in universal law, because that's what the core of all of this is, universal law. And with universal law, there's no need for competition. Because the great thing here is that we're all individually unique aspects of source. So no one can coach like you. No one can be Divi except for Divi, right? No one can be harmony except for harmony, right? So the way Angela, approaches a client is going to be totally different than the way that, Bonnie does, right? And so it's about being in that individual aspect and knowing who you are and not worrying. You don't worry about competition, because nobody can take your people. It's universal law of attraction. Nobody can take the people from you that you're working with or meant to work with or that are drawn to you, right? There's none of that, right? Divi and I refer people to each other all the time. No biggie.
And it's beautiful because, Lynnette works a lot in the business, helping people set up businesses, and, business is a reflection of you. And I don't do a lot of that.
Right.
When people come to me with their allergies and their skin issues and stuff, I do that cold. Like, that stuff is, I sleep with it. No problems with that. Right. So we dance back and forth, and so you will have your own niche. So, yeah.
And we'll help you tease that out too, as well as utilizing universal law to bring in your ideal clients, the people you love to work with, the people you want to even bring into your life as friends or colleagues, right? If you're not looking at this as as doing it from a coaching perspective, as you're only looking at it from a transformational perspective, it's going to shift your whole paradigm and how you see yourself.
Yeah, and it's exciting. I was just saying to Lynnette beforehand, and some of you heard me babble, with Christmas now here in just a couple of weeks. Christmas and New Year's is a time that I tend to reflect who I am as a person. and realized since I really started diving into this work and applying it on a day-to-day basis, who I am as a person has changed. And I can tell you how much internal peace there is. And even though I started this work for more of a business point of view and a helping others point of view, like that was the initial thing, when you do that, you apply it to yourself. And the incredible sense of peace that I have is through the roof. And, as a parent and everything else, it is unbelievable how much that impacts that. So yeah, it's a personal transformation beyond belief.
And it continues to unfold. It continues to enrich and get deeper and deeper, and more embodiment happens. I know, like for me, so it's like, that's what I love. Abraham says you never get it finished and you never get it done. So it's like, if you're breathing, there's still room for expansion. Right?
Always. And to answer Abby's question, so we meet once a week. Yes, Abby. So the first 3 weeks every month we meet, and then the week or two that you have off, you'll be doing your homework, working with your coaching buddy, getting together in your pod group. So you'll still be immersed in the work. And each class, Abby and everyone, is recorded. So you'll be able to, we'll have the recordings on a back page that you'll have access to forever. Like, it's not like you only get it while you're here. And then there's some resource material you guys will have access to from my site. All the material I've created over the years, you'll have access to. So yes, we meet once a week for an hour to an hour and a half, sometimes longer, sometimes even up to 2 hours, depending on the conversations. But they're completely recorded. So if you can't attend live for whatever reason, they're always there. Perfect.
Does that make sense? Abby, good? Okay.
Great. Thank you. You're welcome, Abby. Great. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There seems like, isn't there, so one of the things, that I think is so powerful, it feels so powerful for me, is being able to be connected in a year-long program, connecting and reaching beyond where you might normally have reached, because you have the support not only of Divi and I, and connecting you to your guides and your resources, the divine within you, but also all these other people who are going to be walking this path with you. It's very powerful.
Yeah, because sometimes when you're not with other people and you're trying to do this alone, sometimes you can think you're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially with the intuition, right?
Yeah, big time. And intuition, in my personal experience, when you're coached and guided and allowed to hold that space, it can be transformative. And when that doesn't happen, I have seen the opposite as well. So that's one of the reasons we teach that live, but we also have the course after. So the intuition is, midway, early on into the course, for a reason, because after there's going to be, trust me, stuff that's going to percolate. And so the course will keep you activated, hold you.
Right. And the great thing about it is you'll get to go home and practice it, and then we'll be right here to discuss it with you in feedback sessions, and to where you are held, right? To where you're able to accomplish anything that you can put forth in your mind. Truly.
Amazing.
It's amazing. It seems like a big thing to offer, right? It seems like a big statement to say, you can have it, right? And a lot of times people are like, okay, don't promise people that they can, but you can, truly. The only thing that keeps us from having what we truly desire is us. That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, that came through pretty loud. I had to.
When I started working with Lynnette, this is now 7 or 8 years ago, just really briefly my story. I know you guys want to chomp on money, but just so you guys hear this. I'd come back from doing the Doreen Virtue course in Hawaii. Lynnette wasn't there, but I came back, and one of our co-acquaintance friends people told me about Lynnette, and he had said to me, his name was Peter, he said to me, so what do you want to do? You're a family doctor, you ran a yoga studio, you just sold that yoga studio, you're back on the mainland, you're married, you've got a kid, what do you want to do with medicine and intuition? Like, I don't get it, Divi. He was being quite honest, and I said, I want to somehow, and this was 8 years ago, I said, I somehow want to bring intuition into everything else I know and help other people heal and shift like I do, but what that did, but not necessarily with teaching them how to stand on their head, because I taught yoga for 8 years by teaching people how to do the standing splits and doing all kinds of stuff in a physical maneuver. But I knew the physical maneuver accessed the emotion and the mind. The physical got you there, but you didn't need to do the physical. I finally figured that out. It was helpful, but you didn't need it. So then she introduced me to Lynnette. And don't forget, guys, back then I wasn't doing what I'm doing right now, and now I do this full time. So one thing that Lynnette's taught me more than anything is if you can dream it, you align with it, you can have it. And it really is that simple. And I'm living proof of it, as is Lynnette, but I'm just more recent. So.
Right. Well, and I've watched you, Divi. I mean, it has been amazing to watch you. And we'll add too, both of you as a team, right? And you both individually together, you know, building this amazing attraction factor, right? That is you, Dr. Divi.
Thank you. And Dania writes in, Dania's in our 6-month program. She's joining the year program. She said, I've already felt that. So she's only been in the program, guys, 2 months, if you don't know. It has been so amazing. The group makes it all so much easier to live the teachings every day. And the added support is better than I would have ever imagined. It's really cool. Aww. And Lorraine writes, I have watched Divi evolve over the past 5 years. Damn, I lost a great MD. I love you, Lorraine.
I hear you. But
You're sweet.
But if you really need an MD, she's the one to call and tell you where to go, right?
There you go. Exactly.
But you're not going to need one.
There you go. That's my opinion.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, we're ready to start.
Yeah. Oh, are you?
I feel like
you guys ready? Is everybody
ready?
Yeah.
So thank you, Dania, for that care about it, because being in the group, being in the pod groups, it's amazing. So just want to make sure you guys don't have anything else you want to share.
Any questions? So one of the questions that has come up, and some of the clients that I've worked with talking to about this program is like, their 2 biggest concerns were time and money. Do any of you guys have those concerns? If so, come on, I want to hear you. Type in on the box. I want to know you're out there. If not, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, good.
Harmony, Abby. Money. Kathleen says money. Yes, says Tori. Money is a big one now, says Tanya.
Okay, good, Tanya.
Yes,
because
both.
Because this is the thing. If we're not honest, if we're not real about, okay, this is in my space. Money is the conversation, right? And it is so important. And time, so as we're speaking about money tonight, I want you to also associate this with time, because time is an illusion, right? And if we have time in the year-long course, we'll work with time. And Divi and I'll show you how to stretch it, how to shorten it, how to work with it, okay? Super easy. But it does take some working of the belief system, right? But so how many of you on the call, wait, who's that? Yes, never have much money. Okay, I stretch time out. Yeah, so it's so cool. You get it, right? Okay, so how many of you who are listening have the belief about money that it is something that has to be strived for, that you have to do something to get it? If so, say, that's me. I do. Raise your hand. That's me. You're not alone. All of us have been taught that, right? Yeah? Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because it's all of us from the day one, right? It's a reward, right? If we do this, we get that, right? Money is one thing. It's energy. Do you guys all understand that everything's energy, right? We've talked about this. Divi talked about that in the first webinar, right? Money is energy. These beads are energy, and this crystal is energy, right? Everything is energy. We are energy. Money is energy, right? And in the money part of this course, where, as Divi said, we're going to carry it on through the whole course, the part where we specialize and focus on it, we're going to work with some principles with money, like getting what I like to say, down and dirty about what you really believe, what your beliefs really are about money. Not just, okay, money's hard, it's struggle, but it's like, really, like, what did your mom really think about money? What did your dad, what did your aunt, what did your boss, the people that you respect in the world, what do they, how are they with money, right? We're going to get into it, because when we can work with the principles of energy, right? Money's energy and everything's energy. So if everything is energy, and all energy resonates at a vibration and frequency, right? Well, we have to remember that it's all way before anything takes form. We have to have a relationship with it. We have to have not just a physical relationship with it when it comes into form, but an energetic relationship with it. And your relationship with money starts way before it gets into your hand. And that's what we're going to address in the course. Because there are, money is physical. Yes, it is a physical. Oh, I was going to have money around. Money is physical, right? Right? It is physical. But it's also spiritual and energetic. And when we only delve, and our brain is only programmed to the physical part of it, we're only trained to see where it's not instead of where it is, then what happens is we continue to expand what's not. Right? Does that make sense? Is this hitting you guys? Because I know I can get really, how's this feeling? How's this hitting? Somebody send me a lifeline. Maybe you want to add to this? How you feel?
It really is that. So also being grateful where you have that energy. So if people are saying it totally makes sense to me. One thing I would add to it is that you may or may not like this right now, but when you really understand to make the connection between money and our energy and our state of our cells and our vibration, and you actually start to see the results, and I've seen it so many times, it's crazy. State of my vibration, money comes in, and it's like, excuse my language, crap, that was easy. But the instinct or pathway is when you look in the bank account to go, oh, which is the opposite of, and at first it really feels like it happened by accident.
Right? Exactly.
And you just got lucky. Right. And a lot of my clients have taken my abundance course, and then they experience these things. They're like, wow, I just did that. Oh, that just happened. And they don't actually put two and two together until I show it to them. Then they'll kind of go, yeah, okay, whatever. She's doing too much of whatever. But when they start to actually go, wait, maybe consciously, and it does take us a bit of time, but when you connect it, it can be so life-giving. And on a personal level, and with so many of my clients, I've seen so many health issues shift because this energy of chaos and fear and even OCD and anxiety and blah, blah, blah.
Well, back problems, shoulder problems, yeah, right?
Completely, like lower back, all back issues, 100%, like support it. So 100%. And so people are, so once you get it, and that's why the course is a year, because during the course, a bunch of you guys may be already setting up your businesses once we start to really get going here. And you start to play with the energy concepts, and you've got us, and we're going to be saying, okay, so this is what's playing. So it's so grateful for that, to really see that transformation.
And part of it too is like remembering that it's our relationship with it, right? And it's like realizing and getting honest with ourselves, and like the experience that we have with money is completely all based in right here with us. It's, there's people who are like, oh, all those people have money over there. The money's always over there. I have to struggle. I have to work two jobs. Like my mom, when I was raised by a single mom, and I watched my mom struggle. I watched my mom work two jobs. And so I took over the cooking. And as a child, I was cooking and cleaning and doing things and going home to an empty home because my mom had to work so much. And so money equated to struggle. equated to, you got to work hard, work ethic, which a good work ethic's great, right? But not when it's, right? And not doing what you love.
Yeah.
And all I had to do was be in the legal world long enough to where it's like every day at lunch, you know, begging for like, please, Calgon, take me away. It was enough, right? It's like, so when you live your passion, you're able to realize that the universe, that money is a tool. It's led by attraction, right? And so I'm going to ask how to connect with that money energy. We're going to do that tonight. We're going to connect with some money energy tonight. Is that something you guys are interested in doing, and getting more connected with money energy for yourself?
Yes.
And perhaps maybe even seeing where some of your little kinks in your hoses are, and your receiver hoses. Would that be good? Okay, good. So, and I know I'm just meeting some of you. So I want to thank you for trusting me to take you through this process. Because I know there's so much, we have such a concept of fear of money. You know, it's like, you know, things seize up, you know, it's like, oh, you know, there's always room for expansion, right? And when the numbers get bigger, it's like, oh, like, okay, can I go for 7 figures? Can I go for 8 figures? It's like, it gets like, whoa, get on that you know, it's like, okay, yes, you can. It's like, it's all about the joy of what it represents. So the other thing that's really important that we will address in the money course is what it means, what money really means to you, and so that you can understand for yourself what money is for you. Because for some people, money is survival. And for other people, money is thriving, right? So it's like you really get down deep into that, right? Into where you can like release anything, any past beliefs, and create these new neural pathways, these new habits, to where you're drawing it in. And like Divi said, it feels so easy. This is magical. Like, oh, waiting for the other shoe to drop now. It's like, oh, like, you know. And so, you know, being able to consciously emit that broadcast, your energy from yourself to say, I'm pulling this in. I am calling forth this. I am attracting this. And I ordered it. I'm at the restaurant. I don't sit there and make sure they got my order right. I ordered it. I'm going to sit back and enjoy my conversations with my friends, right? Miss Divi?
The other things I want to add that are coming in, because I keep hearing it from some of you guys on the call. You know, over the course, we'll also look at our beliefs, and I can share some of them with myself, but I'm hearing the specific one for a number of you, is this conversation of spirituality and money. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Lynnette, you probably know that one bigger than I do, because, right? So
right.
Maybe speak to that for a second, because I'm hearing it from energetic.
Yeah. So is that resonating for any of you guys? If so, yeah.
Can't be spiritual.
So one of the things we have is like, if you're a spiritual person, you know, you shouldn't receive money. It shouldn't be for money, and that is what kinks up a lot of people in this type of work. This is about an energy exchange. And I've seen people who they try to do the barter. They're like, okay, I'll barter with this person for that. And that's fine if there's little bit, you know, pieces here where you feel guided to do that. But as your whole business, that can get really confusing, right? 2 chickens might not fit, you know, a filling in your, you know, a dental work, you know, I don't know, right? But realizing that there is you know, just like we were talking about competition before, the same thing exists with money. it's a drawing in and allowing it to show up. Did I answer the question, Divi?
You did. You did. And I'm going to add to that, not from the spiritual point of view, but just more from this concept of one thing that you'll learn over the year is that you are money. You are naturally, when we heard the concept of the God is within us, the divine in us, the divine I am, we've all heard those words. Spirit, souls in me. If we start to brush that off, or when we start to brush that off and open it up, that energy wants us to be taken care of, to be more than taken care of, to be abundant, to be flowing, to not be scared, to be
lavish.
Yes, lavish. That's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that conversation that being abundant equates evil, equates sticky, it's not holy. And abundance is holy. Like WH and HOLY, right? It is. It is the trees with all the abundance of flowers, the sky with infinite blue, the snow, in Whistler, like everywhere, right?
Yeah. And it's infinite love. And
it's our natural state. It's a natural state.
Yeah. And it's getting, we all have, I want to say that all, but the majority of us have been taught lack and taught fear and to hold on and to hoard and wait for the rainy day. And when we really understand that it never stops, it's always there. Right. And we learn to connect the energy to the flow in, not the pension, not the lack, not the fear, but the infinite abundance that is there. It's such a phenomenal thing. And in so many of the books and literature that I've studied on abundance, they talk about how that is the one thing that we're here to learn.
Exactly.
We learn physics, we learn astrology, where did that come from? We learn calculus.
Well, maybe.
But what would it be like to learn that?
Right. Exactly. To be taught that from birth, to realize that all those stars, that's just, that's the amount of abundance.
Yeah.
Right?
And then
is it Kathy or
Kathleen? Yeah. People have, this is who I was hearing that spiritual conversation about. She said, okay. People have said to me, why do I need a certificate too? I thought it was all spiritual. I was forced and hurt, but I knew I was on the right path.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to address that too, that certification aspect, because part of that, I know personally for me, was about confidence. And somebody else who had already been there could say, yeah, I've seen her, I've watched her, I know she knows it, she's got it. And somebody saying, yeah, well, checking my jib, so to speak, and making sure that I've got everything, like, am I, spot on, right? And that's a human thing, because you do already have the divine wisdom and knowledge all inside of you already, right?
Completely.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions before we start the process?
Just excited. Being able to raise my son in this energy and space of love is the greatest gift. Thank you, Danya. Is tapping in, and it's practice. Yes, Kathleen, it really is. It really is,
Kathleen. It definitely is. And I love that, Dean. Thank you for doing that for our planet, right? Raising your son that way impacts our world.
Totally.
Think about all the little boys running around thinking about all that abundance and all that ease. It's like, wow, imagine.
Exciting.
Awesome. I love it. Okay. So let's settle in. And I want you to go into your relaxation space. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. If you want to watch me, that's fine. I'm going to close my eyes so I can relax and tune in. And just watch your breath. Notice your breath. Allow it to lengthen and release. hear you typing. Okay, hold on to your relaxation space. Good. And just settle in, like let wherever you're sitting, allow yourself to be held, completely held. Allow the energy of the day to just fade away. And call back all your energy that you may have sent out through your day. Just calling it back through conversations, social media, just calling all your energy back to you. Good. And releasing any energy that's not yours that you may have picked up through the day and allowing it to go back to its place of origin. Just letting it go back. Good. And just getting situated, maybe moving your shoulders, relaxing. Bringing that breath into your heart chakra. And just letting it relax and open up. Good. And noticing above you, you have this beautiful golden sun above your crown chakra, the heart of all the suns, the heart of all the light. And notice how it's washing down upon you, this beautiful golden light. And as it reaches the top of your head and goes in through your crown chakra, your entire body just soaks up all this beautiful gold light. Every cell, every atom, every aspect and energetic part of your body soaking up this beautiful golden light. And as it goes through your body and is being absorbed, you're releasing anything and everything that's not energetically aligned with this new high vibration that's coming through in and around money and your ability to attract and allow it. Let all that bubble up and just fall away. Good. And then seeing at the base of your crown, of your root chakra, this grounding cord, I want you to see it dissolving and place in its place a grounding cord that goes from your root chakra deep into the core of Mother Earth. Plug it deep into the core, make it a little bit wider, make it really sturdy and strong. This is your foundation. This is your connection to Mother Earth that allows you to feel grounded. Allows you to feel supported as you're reaching out there and allowing this incredible abundance to come forth. And allowing that beautiful Mother Earth energy to come up through your root chakra, through that grounding cord, coming up through your body as your body just absorbs that beautiful green Mother Earth energy. Let it soak through and penetrate your legs, your hips, your stomach, your back, moving all the way up your body, your shoulders, and all the way up the back of your head and neck, through your crown chakra. As it works and coalesces with that beautiful golden light. Balancing both heaven and earth energies, masculine and feminine energies in your body. Good. Now I want you to visualize, to see yourself in a very safe and sacred place. Feel yourself completely supported. You feel comfortable. You're sitting there relaxed. And I want you to call forth or bring forward the image of the dominant person in your life who taught you how to feel or interact with money. So in my case, it was my mom. So you would see your mom standing there before you. And if it's both of your parents, just see both your parents standing there. And you notice as they're standing in front of you that there's these energetic cords that connect our beliefs and our energy to our loved ones. Now, these aren't the cords of love. These are cords of energy. And what I want you to do, I want you to notice how those are plugged into your solar plexus, teaching you about money. I want you to see that connection, that line. It might look like light. You might even just imagine it. Just looks like surgical tube. It's connected. Now I want you to see that cord about the money conversation. What your mom, your dad, your uncle, your teacher taught you about money. Maybe even your reverend or your priest. And I want you to see where it's connected into your body. And now I want you to unplug that from your body. And I want you to see yourself asking the guides I want you to plug it in to the sky, into the divine, into the heavens. So that now that person who was concerned about money, who taught you to fear money, is now plugged into the heavens, to the divine mind, and getting their guidance about money from the divine. They're no longer tapped into you. See if you notice any difference. And I want you to also notice that space, that area where that cord or where that connection was. I want you to see that that was just a representation of fear, of an old belief that had been passed down generation to generation to generation, that the struggle was real. And now allow healing and that light and that Mother Earth energy to go to that area and add extra light and energy to that section. And you'll notice as it heals, as it expands, that you yourself are plugged into the divine, into the infinite abundance. And I want you to feel that plug, feel that whoosh that comes down through your crown chakra, down through the rest of your body, in through your feet, down into the core of Mother Earth. That is you being plugged in to universal abundance. Now I want you to think of one thing that you would like to have, and make it something small. Don't go really big right now. Something small. You're in a really delicate, energetic state. Think of something small that you would like to experience, have. Maybe a free cup of coffee. I always like to pick a free cup of coffee. Perhaps it's a sweet note from your partner. Just think of something you would like to have, that you would like to receive. Money. Make it something easy to receive. $10, $1. Okay? Quid. Okay. See that in front of you. Now, I want you to see that energy that you're plugged into from the universal energy. See that coming down through your head. And then I want you to let that energy radiate out. See yourself like a beautiful cord, a beautiful ray of light coming from your sacral chakra, from your solar plexus, and from your heart. Just see a line of light going out to that thing that you desire. Feel what's the energy of that object that you desire. Everything is energy. What is that energy? What will that energy feel like? And I want you to feel that energy now. Maybe if it was a free cup of coffee, maybe that energy would feel warm. Maybe it would feel exciting, like happy. Feel that. See yourself receiving the energy first before the physical representation. So see that object out here in front of you and see the energy of the object radiating towards you, like in slow motion meeting and connecting. And then as that connection strengthens, see the physical form of that thing that you desire, that cup of coffee, that money. See it coming into your space. See it literally walking towards you, coming towards you. And see you holding it. If it's money, a cup of coffee, whatever it is, see yourself having it in the physical form. Now, some of you guys have got a lot of energy running. I want you to open up the back of your head and neck. There's a lot of energy running in your shoulders too. Good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. This is really deep work, and you guys are really doing great. So as you see yourself having that, what is your response? What do you feel in your body? Notice that. That's the essence. That's the space to focus on. Okay, good. Now, when you're ready, come back into this space and time. Noticing your arms, your legs, your body stretching, coming back, feeling connected, feeling abundant, feeling the ease of having and receiving everything. What are you guys doing? That was powerful. Found it difficult, Aman? What was difficult about it? Believing. So
Awesome.
So Aman, what could you believe in? Could you believe in a free cup of coffee? The feeling? Okay, that's perfect. That's the start. If you can believe in that feeling that you felt, that's where you want to start. That is actually perfect because that's where manifestation is, right there in that feeling. Did that help, Aman? Oh, I know, Tanya. The first time I did the exercise and I plugged my family into the divine and plugged myself into the divine, I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. So what's Aman saying?
She wrote, my mind was not letting me believe. And yet it helped. Yes, it helped. And then Tanya writes, it feels so nice plugging my mom into. There were 2 messages from Cecilia, so I'm going to read the second one. I'll read the first one in a second. Second one is, my innocence of my heart knows that we have a right to have, but on the other hand, I was brought up in a Catholic big family under communism. Twice I went bankrupt. I was so terrified doing it. Also, when things are going well financially, sooner or later, I would sabotage myself and lose. And so as you sit with that, other text or message was similar. She wrote, I am so understanding about abundance of the universe. I understand to watch my mindset about money. I've been reading and listening to so many sources who perfectly understand the law of abundance. However, I really feel that not wanting to receive money is so deeply rooted, and I don't know how to overcome that.
So, Cecilia, my suggestion would be to realize there's nothing to overcome. You don't have to overcome anything, baby. Part of this is all of us understanding that, this is what we were trained. This is how we were trained. This is what my mom knew. This is what her mom knew. This is what my mom's mom knew, right? And it's okay, let me try this. I've been practicing it this way for all these years, and this is what I've gotten, going bankrupt twice. I've had this, I've had this, I've had that, this. The way that you're thinking, the way that you're working now is creating that. So I would recommend you trying to play, if not take it serious, right? To play with this energy and start looking at, how could I look at this differently? How could I recreate this? And start working with those neural pathways. Divi, I know you want to add something.
And that's why we do the energy module, right? Because the energy module and the mind, body, spirit module go hand in hand with exactly what you're talking about. And I can thank you so much, Cecilia, for sharing that. And one thing I keep sensing to say to you, and I think everyone senses this, is there's no shame at all, right? And when we can go, wow, look what I manifested. Wow, if I just tweak this neural pathway and tweak that one, and what's possible. And like Aman was talking about believing. When we realize that we are, the words that we're getting guided to use are divine grace, when we really get that. And that is the process. And that's one thing I feel like I've been so gifted about working with Lynnette with, is that she's really taught me that. It's not hard to learn, but it's a process. And when we, 3 steps forward, 1 back, 6 forward, 2 back. The only reason we go back, it's not because we're dumb or screwed up. It's just those old neural pathways of that fear and so on and so forth come in. That's normal. And we cover that a lot in all the modules. And one thing I know is it doesn't shift like this. It just takes that dedication and desire and knowing that it's possible.
Which is why the year is so great, because it's consistent. It's it's like, and when you, and somebody's going to be saying, hey, what's going on over there? I'm hearing crickets. What's happening? Right? Things are going to come up.
Yeah. Angela wrote in, it felt very freeing, which is so nice. And then Amma wrote, and this is fair, I have no confidence. All my life money was a struggle. Even now it's a hard manifestation. It feels like money rejects me. LOL.
I would ask you, Aman, do you reject yourself? Because money is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. Right? All magnets is that universal law, the polarity, right? So it's like how we look at ourselves. So it's like you say you don't have any confidence, but I believe you have confidence because you're actually showing up here tonight. I mean, the fact that you're here, that says something.
And it takes a lot to type in. It takes a lot to type in and communicate with us and be present. I mean, that's huge.
It is. And to also, type it in, like, there's all these strangers on here,
Yeah.
I might not know all them, and even if you do know them, that might be even worse, right? I don't say, I didn't get it, or, hey, this, like, I want to be real here,
Yeah. And then Cecilia said, thank you. Kathleen writes in, so the saying that money is the root of all evil is part of my core belief, and my dad teaching me how hard we must work to succeed. Yeah, I know.
I was raised Catholic. I was raised a single mom who struggled. And I mean, literally, there were times when all we had was cereal for dinner because that's all there was, and if I can rise above that and move into my dream home on the water, and it's not one of these things where it's like Divi said, it's not instant. It's about integrating the work. It's like living it. I always tell Divi, this is about living it. This is not about, it all day long. It's about living it.
Okay, I'm excited to read this. Hi, Tori. It was so good to see you at yoga the other day. So Tori writes in, back up. Sorry, there was another thing. Oh, no, we got that one. Tori writes in, I just left my job to pursue my passion with my artwork spirituality. I'm having a hard time slipping into old patterns as well. Not having a steady income is scary. And I feel quick tips on bouncing back into abundance would be helpful. I've been told I've selected the hardest life path and career. I really believe in myself. When I feel like I don't know what the next few months will bring in, I get scared. I think this meditation will be helpful. Thank you so much. P.S. RGV is nice seeing you at yoga this week, and vice versa.
So, So Tori, first of all, I don't know who told you picked the hardest career path or whatever, but that's their belief. Yeah. And it's a reflection of yours because they said it to you, right? So it always goes back to us, sorry. And I'm not really sorry because that's how it is. I'm not really sorry. But take a look, darling, at how this is a passion for you. This is something you really feel called to do. This is like me 20 years ago. I mean, I'm going to be an intuitive. You're going to do what? You're going to be one of those psychics, like with the crystal. Have you lost your mind? I was a single mom, 2 kids. Single mom, 2 kids. Prosperous legal career, doing really well, making tons of money. I walked out, said bye-bye. So yeah, it is scary. And I've never looked back, and I've never worked a day in my life since.
And what I want to speak to Tori is, that's the thing I'm fixing to say to you is, it's okay to be scared. It's just like, you feel these overwhelming energy, emotions that you're feeling. Yet at the same time, and I'm going to be really blunt, if we're not doing something about that energy, right? You know where I'm going, Tori. So it's actively saying, okay, I want to, not that I need to, I want to, I have a desire to shift this. I have a desire to shift these neural pathways because, we were raised in such a way. But if we don't take on that, then all those scary things will just keep, right? And, some people think, well, it must be easy for her. She's a doctor. Well, guys, I want you to know, just like Lynnette was saying, her story about, Catholic single mom, I have the same thing Tori's talking about. Fear is fear. If I let this go, what happens, right? And so that stuff blocks us. But what if we are divine energies and entities and playing with that? What's possible? What's possible? So, yeah, great comment, question, Tori. That's awesome. Really? Love that. Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And then Tina wanted you to know that she fell asleep through some of it.
Oh, good. That's even better.
Love that.
I do too. It still works, Tina.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Let's see if I can see.
Yeah. And in my own personal experience, the mind, body, spirit work, energy, all that stuff is actually, in my own experience, was relatively easy. And the reason we thread money through the whole year course is because in my own experience, I don't want to speak for you, money was like such a deeply ingrained thing that everything else revolved around.
Oh, yeah.
Everything else.
My survival depended upon it.
Exactly. My mom came from a small village in India that, you know, she knew India before, like when the British were there, like, you know, all of that story, poverty, you know, that's where I come from. No cold, no hot water. And so, you know, it's so deeply ingrained into almost everything I do, how quickly I cook, how fast I do this, how much I run to the grocery store and double check things. I mean, we all do that, right? But when you really see how deeply ingrained that is into our patterns and start to, I keep seeing a picture of like pulling it like a string and going, oh, okay, and really looking at that, and how so many of us, especially here in Vancouver, and I know there's people from all over the place, have such ingrained fear patterns about, you know, living and survival and so on. Yeah, what's possible. So
right. It's true. I mean, it's one of those things where, and it truly feels like our life depends upon it, because it does. I mean, let's face it, we live in a physical world. There's rent to pay, there's mortgages to pay, there's cars to pay for, there's food to pay for. And you go to the grocery store, they're not going to say, okay, you're really cute, go ahead and take that food, right?
Yeah. Julie writes, and this is great, just like Tina, I got stuck in the part where you said gather my energy back from the day. I was gathering back my energy for about 15 minutes. No wonder I'm so exhausted. LOL.
That's a big, you know, that is one practice that will benefit you every day. If you just call back your energy from the day and release any energy that's not yours. It's like, it is amazing. You will feel so revived. It's crazy how much we pick up, just even with social media. We get connected. Look at those cute puppies, and boom, let me drop a little spot there, you know? Look at those cute kitties. No.
She writes, I'm going to start doing it every night.
Good.
One thing I remember Lynnette said to me, and I don't think you said it tonight, but maybe I'm wrong. I was in that deep haze of meditation too. What if creating money was as easy as breathing in and breathing out?
It is.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it exactly. It's like, it is this, that's why it was like, put that energy out there and then bring it in. It's that easy. See it? Bring it. It is. It is.
Yeah.
And you can see the abundance in air, right? You don't have to pay for air.
Yeah. Yeah. And it really is. And like I keep saying to all of you, it takes time to really grab that. But what would that be worth that you don't wake up going, oh my God, to be honest, guys, I don't even know what's in our bank account. Not a clue. Don't have a clue. Why? Because that works for me. Well, what would it be like to not care? Like just not even think about it. Not
right.
at all.
It's right. Because guess what happens? Big money.
Yeah. Yeah. Abby writes, I have to go, but thank you guys for the great session. I also fell asleep, so I'll have to rewatch this. Haha, it's exam time. Amazing, Abby. Amazing.
Right.
Incredible. Incredible. And if you just give me 1 sec, I got a Facebook messenger from somebody who was on the call, so I just want to make sure she had a question. You know how phones buzz all the time? What's up with buzzing?
I turned mine off.
I'm not sure receiving. Okay, yeah. So she just wants to know about the course. She really enjoyed the call, and perfect. So.
And then, so the other thing, you know, those of you who are having the conversation of the money conversation around the course,
yes.
use this process again, and use the course as that thing that you desire. So it's like, I want this amount of money. And ask. Just like, bring it here. Ask and it's given, right? Another trick that some of my friends and I, we play, Divi knows about this, we talk about it all the time. It's like, one of my girlfriends told me, she's like, I just asked the universe, hey, can I have $2,000 more this week? And boom, she got it, right? You had new clients come in, something happened, you know, things just showed up, right? So I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. Hey, can I have $10,000 come in? Boom, it showed up. Right? So when you're when you want to, when you can come at it from a state of playing, like not making it significant. So where's that money? How's it going to show up? I mean, it might show up you finding a $10 bill out on the road, or it might show up that you get a discount. You know, you find something on sale that you would have normally, you know, it's like it shows up. Just trust it and look for it. Know that it's going to show up.
Right. So money isn't about luck, no. So when I manifest that parking spot, is that the same energy as money? Because I can ask for abundance, it's different. Lately, money has come with more work, being a nanny for 16 hours a day. Thank you.
Wow. So yeah, definitely is the same energy. Wouldn't you say, Divi? I mean,
100%.
You're asking for a parking place, ask for money. Same thing. Ask and it's given.
Yeah. So cool. So cool. And I think for myself, one of the greatest gifts about being a coach, and I said this on one of the other webinars, whether we practice, like whether you actually start coaching people or you integrate this into your life as part of whatever else you're doing, an artist, whatever you're up to, because I know we have a number of artists on the call today. Right. Regardless of what you do, when you have a different relationship with this energy that we call money, then the other thing you're up to, your artwork, whatever else, really starts to move. And then the universe, in my case, uses clients to give me messages. Right? Every client I work with, there's always a message there, always, every single time. And then when, say, you're not seeing clients, the universe will use other things. And from this course, you'll kind of know, oh, that is for me. Oh, that message is for me. Oh, that. Yeah. So it's exciting.
It is. It's great.
Right. Exciting.
Powerful.
So.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, you know, those of you who are writers, who are authors, who are desiring to be authors, you know, this is really good work for that too. To go on the speaking circuit, maybe. I don't know.
How fun is that?
People out there.
And I just want to speak about the time conversation before we wrap up soon. If you're worried about the time investment into the course, like we said, it's an hour to 2 hours a week, give or take. That investment, like Daniel was talking about earlier, will pay back when you don't have to struggle with your kid. When you spend less time fighting with your partner or your boss, right? Because that's time. And that time is liberated. Then what happens? Right? It's crazy.
Great.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Natural state, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
Any other questions?
I think we're good. People are saying thank you for an amazing session. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Alan. You're welcome, Lorraine. Amazing.
Very much. I love very, very much. And I know I'm like throwing all kinds of abundance at you all now. Catch it.
We just have to breathe and catch it.
Yeah. Are you catching it?
Catch
it. Come on. Catch it.
I just got even more excited. I know, it's crazy. Awesome. You're welcome, Helen. You're welcome, Harmony.
Yay.
Awesome. Love and hugs, guys. Enjoy, guys. And we'll be back next week doing Light Body?
Light Body.
Light Body. Okay, 6 o'clock, our time.
6 o'clock.
You're so welcome, guys. Yes, you're welcome, Bonnie. Awesome, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you guys so much for spending the hour. You're welcome,
Love you
Tanya.
so much.
Bye, guys.